Okay, DelusionDispeller back again. Sorry, I dropped the camera accidentally. Stuff happens, I guess. So now he was talking to him about, you know, where did you get your ideas? And Walter really can't answer because he's not the one getting the ideas. So he just kind of lays low and says, oh, well, you know, I just get inspired and whatever. So now we're back. She's painting more pictures for Walter to brag about as his own. Now the daughter wants to go see her mom. Walter isolates the mother from the daughter. Where have we heard that before? He sends her out to get ice cream so the mother can keep on painting pictures to make him money and make him famous and give him a name. He chases her away with the ice cream truck and bribes her with money, basically. Of course, what kid can't resist ice cream? And she gets a fudgesicle. Now he goes, sends her off, tells the mother, you know, she's going to have a college fund. Everything's going to be great. Keep on painting. Now he needs her help. He wants to go on television. So he wants her to keep on painting even better paintings to make her famous. But he also, or make him famous. Now he wants to know, what can I say though? How do I tell them I was inspired to do all this stuff? So now he's telling her all these stories he's going to tell them about. This is what I'm going to tell them, how I grew up in an orphanage and I did this and that. And she's sitting here listening to these lies unfold. Like, what on earth? This dude is making up all this stuff about my paintings. What about your paintings, these street scenes? Why did you do these? And of course, he's talking about how everything was after the war and now he's going to try to play the martyr again. It was so bad back then. I was suffering. There was destruction all around me. And he's making up this tall tale as he goes along. How he was the martyr and he suffered so bad. Which none of that is even true. Obviously. So now he goes on TV and tells all these crazy tales and has people crying over it. She's sitting here watching going, oh my gosh. Really? Making up all these stories about these pictures that I paint of these little kids like he did it. Yeah, he didn't, though. Taking credit again. That's where my life as a painter began in earnest. Narcissist. All over again. Alright. We're almost halfway through this, I'm happy to say. Okay. So now, I think at this point, Margaret has had enough. She decides that she's tired of him taking credit for all of her work. So she goes home. Well, they're all excited. They're falling all over him about the pictures that he supposedly painted. They turn them into posters now. People are just grabbing him off of the light poles and wanting him to sign them because he's famous by this point. Okay, she is shopping. Oh, she starts seeing people with big eyes everywhere, she thinks, when she's shopping. She's freaked out by that. She realizes that she's been exploited. So now it's time for her to reclaim who she is. She decides to do another type of portrait without the style that she was doing. He comes in. He sees what she's doing. Now he wants to see it, and she's hiding it from him.
We're married. We're not supposed to have secrets from each other. Put it up. Put it up.
We're married. We're not supposed to have secrets from each other. So he gets her to reveal her painting. And it's totally different than the other ones. So he's not thinking, wow, that's impressive. He's thinking, well, how can I exploit this too?
It looks like you.
He realizes it looks like her.
Self-portrait. How am I going to explain that?
And he's like, how am I going to explain that? Like, he's assuming automatically she's going to give him this. Oh, you're painting this for me to take and go make money on it. How am I going to explain that? Who said she was even going to give it to him? She's just painting. So what? Is she not allowed to paint for herself? That's just like really presumptive of him. That really ticked me off on that part. How am I going to explain that? Who says you have to? It's not yours. It's mine. It's of me. I mean, really. And she's saying maybe I can sign it myself. Oh, he's telling her it's going to be confusing if you sign it yourself because Keen means me.
But when people ask me about pain, I don't know how to answer it. It would be nice to have the pride of being able to say it.
She's saying, you know, when I paint something, though, I'd like to be able to tell people, you know, and have pride in it and why I painted it. And he says, if you tell anybody that this whole empire collapses, everything's going to fall apart. We're not going to have the money. We're not going to have the nice house. She knows. She doesn't want to lose everything. She's like, I kept my end of the bargain. I haven't said anything to anybody. Just let me have this. Don't take this part of my identity away. So, she goes and she talks to the journalist. She shows him what she painted. He's all impressed. He's like, wow, I didn't know you painted. And now, Mr. Narcissist jumps in. Oh, yes, we're a whole family of painters. He's pointing out her daughter paints and...
Look at these skeins.
Which she does paint, but she paints like a kid, you know. She's a kid. She's a child. So now, in walks his other daughter that Margaret knew nothing about.
Ah, little treat. The fourth member of the painting team. Lily, sweetie. Oh.
Now he brings in Lily, his daughter from his first marriage. And she's like, well, where'd she come from? Now he pulls his wife aside and basically tells her, well, I put up with your daughter. Like, that justifies him never telling her that he has another daughter. It's crazy. Okay, let's forward past all that. Okay. Next scene. Trying to get past a lot of this stuff so I don't have to commentate everything. I was going to just type it out, but I'll do that too. That way you'll know what's happening. So now she goes and she talks to this guy that's impressed with her painting. She's in the middle of a discussion. Now watch what Walter does. Watch this. He comes up, butts in like a narcissist does. He's like, what are you telling people about all this stuff? And that doesn't make any sense. You don't know how to present your own paintings. Please help the world and shut your mouth, is what he tells her. The only number you want in his head is the price. So he objectifies her. Basically says, you have no voice. You are voiceless. If you want to make money, just shut up and help the world. Because they want what we have. They want what you paint. And we want their money. It's just crazy. Alright. So now we go to... Let's see here. Okay, her friend comes over to visit. Her best friend. She's impressed with all the pictures of all the famous people that they've met. She informs her, Margaret informs her that's Walter's friends. He's the one that has all the notoriety, the fame, and whatever. Not notoriety, but fame. Now she goes and runs into his art room. And she's like, well, is he even here? Is he going to care if we're in here? See, is Walter home now? And he comes flying in. Watch this. Narcissist exposed, ripping the mask off. Oh, I gotta put my mask on real quick and act like I painted this.
You know I don't like anyone seeing my work before it's done.
So now he's gonna pretend he painted it. He's gonna sit there and act like he's painting. To dupe the friend. Finally, he chases the friend away. Tells her don't ever invite her back here again. Which I didn't show that part. Alright, so now she's back in the house. This is a good part, because she starts discovering what a phony he really is. Well, now she's telling the dog that she really painted the paintings, because she has nobody else she can admit it to. Okay, here she discovers, in a trunk, All these paintings that Walter has been saying are his street scenes. Keep watching. She's going to go to the other painting, one of the paintings he was trying to sell on the street. She's like, what's going on here? So she scrapes the paint off, and underneath Keen is the original artist's name, S. Senek. So she confronts Walter on it.
Hell, Dick. I met a new guy at UPI.
Maybe.
He's making small talk.
Like one of your street scenes.
Yeah, I thought you could whip off a doodle of Chinatown. Cute little girl. Sort of a big-eyed, slanty-eyed thing.
No. No, she is a dignitary, and she deserves peace that comes straight from you.
Okay, here we go.
You think? Maybe you're right.
She's going to confront him about scraping the name off.
Street scene hanging in her palace.
Unless Madame Shanghai Sec already has a Senek.
Okay, here she tells him she knows what he's up to.
Senek. That's the painter that painted on Earth.
Yeah, she shows him. I'm on to you. I see that you've been trying to sell paintings that aren't yours. So he diverts and says, it's Scenic, not Senek. That was the name they gave me because they were so impressed with me. They couldn't say it properly, so they said Scenic.
The more you lie, the smaller you see.
How dare you accuse me of lying?
Okay, now she accuses him of lying, which he is lying. We know that. Now he has been narcissistically injured again. How dare you accuse me of lying? I am proud of my early cyniques.
The cynics.
Well, then why did you paint over the name?
She's smart. Why did you paint over the name if you're so proud of it?
Piece of advice: never use water-based over in oil. It'll just flick right off.
Huh. He's been painting water-based paints over oil paintings.
She's crazy, for God's sake. You've seen me paint.
Yeah, so now he tells her, for God's sakes, you're crazy. You've seen me paint. And she's like, have I? I thought I had. You know, no, I haven't.
I always thought that I had, but it's like a mirage.
It's like a mirage. So she realizes she's been deceived. She was painting in her mind that he really was who she wanted him to be, this artist like she was. And she admits now, I thought I had seen you painting, but I never really had seen you painting. Alright, stay tuned. I'm going to film some more in a minute.